Hey guys, how's it going in the business sisterhood? Um, I'm like boiling hot in my office. It's freezing cold outside. So it feels a little weird, but I must have some kind of like internal um, heater going on because I'm hot. Okay, so it's Thursday, as promised, on my personal page and my business page. I wanted to come in here today at noon and talk to you guys about a key thing you can do for your business. Regardless of if your business is something you do from home, something you do at a brick and mortar building, whatever it is, it's really, really important. So let's start by talking about entrepreneurs. So if you're an entrepreneur, you're usually a go-getter. You are usually, more often than not, somebody who is juggling multiple things all the time, right? And what happens is that you are super amazing, but eventually, hey Amy, yay! Eventually, you can't do everything yourself. Like if you really want to succeed, you can't do it all. Like I promise you, you are an amazing person. You are Wonder Woman, but you can't do it all if you really, really want to have a life you enjoy, a business that's profitable and functioning, and if you want to have any kind of balance in your life. Balance. A lot of us don't have that. And we need it, okay? Because I love my business. Like, I love spending time in my business. It like fills my heart. I love it so much. But I do know that if I get really out of balance with my health, my exercise, my food, my family, my date nights, and my business, if that all, like, if it swings like this, business is like up here and everything else is down here, I'm not even functioning in my business really. I think I am, but I'm not. So what I learned this year is that I can build a team around me. Now for me, building a team was a little bit scary. Who we've got? We've got Melissa. Hey Melissa. And Roxanne. Hi Roxanne. So for me, building a team around me was a little bit scary because I felt responsible for other people, right? It was like, oh, I'm going to ask them to come and like do stuff for me, and then I got to be responsible for paying them, and do I have enough work, and is it going to put extra like pressure on me to get more work in? And what I ended up doing was thinking about, and I'll be really super honest, when I began my business, I created, so this is just one example, I created my own website. I figured it out on Wix. It gave me a web presence. That's all that needed to happen at that time. But then I figured out that I needed more, right? Like, I don't like that web page that looks really weird and like it's from like the beginning days of the internet. So I wanted to hire somebody to do that. But then I was like, oh, I got to come up with the money. And so I tried to do it myself. And I tried to learn WordPress myself. And I'm on like YouTube at like 3 o'clock in the morning trying to learn stuff that I have no business knowing. Okay, seriously, I have no business knowing these things because I tried to get on there and do like the little things that they were telling me to do. Yeah, it was not a good thing. Nobody needs to see that, right? So it was like, stop what you're doing and find somebody to be part of your team, right? So like I thought about, who do I like to work with? Who do I think has a good vision? I don't just want somebody who's just going to throw up a website and that's it. Like, ta-da, you're done, whatever, goodbye. I don't want that. I want somebody who I can build a working relationship with, right? I want somebody who I'm building into my team, right? Because in my business, I plan to go far, right? So I want that person to come along with me. I want them to benefit from this. So I found someone, and she is a fantastically creative person. And instead of saying to her, I want to hire you to be my website person, like I want you to build my website, I said to her, I want you to be part of my team. And I want you to help me with my branding and my, my online kind of like consistent look, right? So that whole brand. And so we worked together and we came up with my colors and my fonts, and we came up with the style of my website. You know what? We came up with all this stuff, business cards, all that jazz. And it was an evolving situation. And now her name is Rebecca and she's part of my team. Okay. Consider her to be part of my team. So when I have a question, I can ask her. I pay her what I need her for, so it's not like a set thing. But I have been able to make her feel part of my business, and like that is great for everybody. Okay, so that was one great addition to my team. The other thing I realized in September was, holy moly, I need some help. Okay, like all this social media stuff that I'm supposed to do, okay? Like it's too much, okay? I'm like, got time for my clients, got time for some things in my business. Then there's this whole online social media thing that I can't even keep track of because it moves too fast, right? So it was like, okay, I need some help. I found a great gal. I actually met her at an event. Her name's Cindy, and she does my editorial calendar. She handles my social media. She keeps me accountable to my writing deadlines and my video deadlines and all that kind of stuff, right? But again, I said to her, I don't want to just hire you to do ad hoc things. I want you to be part of my team, right? So Team Michelle, so she jumped on. And because she feels like she belongs, I think, I get more. I get way more from my people than I would if it was just ad hoc little bits and pieces, right? So she's part of my team. Recently, I was able to spend a day with her. We're in Kelowna, and get to know her a little bit better, and give her a little bit of a bonus, and like show her my appreciation for the amazing things that she does for me. And that was great. That feels really good, right? So then the other part of my team I'm looking for is a copywriter, okay? So that's a space that I'm holding on my team, and it's open. So if you know somebody, tell them to contact me. But earlier this year, I purchased Nikki Eldridge Brown's copywriting course, a course about copy, which is amazing, but I don't have time to learn it. I've got like halfway through it, and I don't have time to learn it. I love writing. I have the goal to do it, but the fact is I get busy with stuff, and so it's like, you know what? There's one thing that I'm sucking at right now is getting good copy on things. And so who can I find to be part of my team? Okay. So all these things that I'm doing, the other person I have on my team is a girl who's kind of like my personal assistant. So she helps me with planning events and all the bits and pieces, right? And I promise you, these people don't cost like a fortune, right? But they do all feel like they are a part of my business. And so they tend to go a little bit further than probably they normally would. Okay, so what has this done? This has freed up so much of my time. Like, seriously, okay? This has freed up, I would say, 5 hours a week. Okay, so that's 5 hours that I can work with clients. So that's 5 hours I can bring in money. It's really that simple, right? So when I'm thinking about hiring people for my team, I'm thinking about how much money can I make during the time that they're doing, like the freed up time, and will that pay for their services plus a little bit more so I'm not in the hole? It always does, I promise you. It does in my business, and it is probably one of the best things I've ever done. It also just helps me have like mental peace around it, right? Like, I'm just way more calmer because, hey, Siobhan, woo, haven't seen Siobhan in ages. So, does anybody have any questions? Now's your time to hit me up with your questions. Okay, I don't see any questions coming in. What I would say to you is look at your business and see where you could use some support and run the numbers. So look at how much that team member is going to cost you, and then look at what kind of money can you make in that time that they are freeing you up. So for example, if you have a brick and mortar salon and you are doing your own bookkeeping, that's great. But if it was taking you 3 hours during the day to do that when you're not servicing your customers, could you pay somebody to do that? And could you see customers in that 3 hours? Could you fill up those 3 hours? Because I think you probably could, right? Sometimes we need to make some money. That's just how it is. So we have to sacrifice some of our personal time to do these things. Sorry, there's some construction in my office. And so that's just how it is, right? When you're beginning your business, or maybe you have a debt that you want to pay off, then you do need to do the work yourself. But eventually have the goal to build a team. Best thing ever. So, what do you do with that team? Well, be sure you get them to sign a non-disclosure. Okay? Big thing there, non-disclosure, that should kind of take care of any legalities. I am not one for wordy contracts and all that jazz, but I have learned fairly recently that this is something that I need to have. So, non-disclosure, important. And then find the people, right? How do you find the people is sometimes a question I hear. I find the people through, they're either people I know that do amazing things, or they're referrals. I don't anymore talk to people or take on people, not talk to people. I don't anymore take on people that have not come to me through a referral at all, ever, about anything. Okay? It's just it's too risky, to be honest, right? Like, if I know you and I think that you do something awesome, then I'll hire you. If one of the people that I respect and thinks is amazing refers you, then I will hire you, right? And that goes for like anything. That's how I live my whole life now, right? So from getting a haircut to waxing my eyebrows to being my virtual assistant, that's how it works. You either know me or you are referred to me, and that's how I do business. And that is amazing, because referral marketing and networking is a great way to do business. So I hope this helped you. If you have questions about building a team, ask them here down below. And I'm happy to answer them. I'm happy to, if you're looking for someone, you can always post in here. I'm looking for a copywriter. If you have a suggestion, or you are something and you're really great at it and you want to refer yourself, do that. Hey, post in here. And yeah, I'm going to get back to work. And thank you for my little lunch break here, sharing with you guys. And I will talk to you later. Bye.